I wrote mine. I'll try to speak fast. You already know my name, and I'm here to remind us to stand up and speak out. That whenever we see injustice and need to stand up and speak out, we must not remain silent. That when able, we must and can be diligent in speaking and seeking justice. When we see families separated, imprisoned, we both individually and collective need to speak out. Just today, on a basis, we can see human rights violations, people being caged like animals, yes, children being beaten and abused on a daily basis, women being sexually abused and refused even water to drink, people dying and being killed, children being ripped from the arms of their mothers, yes, some of those who will never know who their parents really are. Both federal and state laws are being violated and enforced by people whose salaries and benefits come from our tax dollars. People who consistently lie to us, ignore us, who unjustly imprison more people in this country than any other country in the world, who refuse to respect both human rights and asylum rights. People who sit in power in this nation who refuse to accept the fundamental truth. This nation was both built on and substantially enhanced by the virtue of continual strength through our diversity. We must vote them out.
That's right.
Every one of them.
That's right.
Have the power to vote out. Do you realize that our nation imprisons more people than any other country in the world? Both citizens and immigrants? Something is wrong. A lot of things are drastically wrong at this time in our nation. My grandfather came to this country illegally from Mexico. His name was Refugio Camacho. He and his judges, the judge, Lorenzo Arredondo's father, became best friends in this country. Lorenzo's father died, but my grandfather and Lorenzo's father, Mr. Arredondo, started the United Steelworkers at Local 1010. They were extremely instrumental. The Arredondo's family's father died, but their mother raised all their children on her own, as many women across this country are doing today. Each one of her sons grew up, and her daughters, they all went to college, and they all lived lives of public service right here. My grandfather had 3 sons, who had served in the military. One was in the Air Force, and later worked at Nassau in Florida. One was a soldier. The other was on the front line. He was a medic in Vietnam. Our family now has 4 generations of steel workers, receiving both pensions and insurance, due in large part to immigrants. My grandson is a 5th generation union worker. Because immigrants came to this country, fought, and made it stronger, at one time, most of Northwest Indiana and the southern parts of Illinois families were supported by union jobs. When I see and hear the garbage that comes from the White House and so many appointees in power now, it feels like I am seeing the beginning of Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Being controlled by Hitler, blindly following the lead of hatred and prejudice.
That's right.
I believe the worst the storm is, the more beautiful the rainbows.
Amen.
I believe in God first and foremost.
Amen.
I believe that every time the crimes of hatred, violence, and injustice are committed, those who spread the cancer in our nature are laughing at God. They are in fact slapping God's face, you see. I believe God created each and every one of us. I believe that God cannot make a mistake. Therefore, those who hate God's perfection, creations, and harm his children both ignorantly and arrogantly believe they are smarter than God. They will soon learn that indeed, while evil people allow to happen what has happened through history to the Jewish people, what happened to our Japanese citizens here in the USA, what is happening to people of color in this nation, to continue without opposition. We must stand up, speak out, and fight back. We must learn from our history. Black lives matter. The people at the border and throughout our countries who are being exploited matter. All of us matter.
That's right.
We are indeed stronger because of our ethnicity, our unity, our voices, our actions. I want to thank all of you for being here today. Because I stand here knowing that our nation will be better and stronger because of you, your voices, your actions, your courage to be here today. All of you stand here today, amaze me and inspire me. And because you also inspire so many others, because you have courage. You, like Bernie Mick, a Dutch woman who hid Anne Frank and her family, have made a choice to stand up and speak back. You, like Harriet Tubman, who was both an American abolitionist and political activist like you, are here today. She was born into slavery, escaped, and subsequently made 13 missions to rescue approximately 70 enslaved people, family, and friends, using the network of anti-slavery and safe houses known as the Underground Railroad. You here today, all of you, are the communicating network fighting for justice to stop both mass incarceration, private prisons, deportations, police and ICE terrorism, separations of families, and to seek a path to citizenship and asylum. All of you here today are the heroes and sheroes of this nation. And this is what we need today. In this audience is my husband, Jesus Godinez. And my sister Sue, right here. I love and respect both of them immensely. My sister is a retired carpenter, and she helped build this federal building where we're standing today. All of you here today are my sisters and brothers in the fight for our nation to represent true justice and help shine a light throughout the world. If not for all of you, there would be no hope. There would be no justice. There would be no light if there were not people like you. I, like Abraham Lincoln, have been driven many times to my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go but to God. You all represent the positive change of our future. I want to thank each and every one of you today, as it has truly been my honor to be one among you. Thank you all so much for this amazing opportunity to see and to stand up and speak the truth and justice.
Amen. Woo! Woo!